Yay! I think I have found my video position. I think I have found it. I'm a lazy bastard, but the least pain I feel in life is when I am laid on my back. There's still pain, but it's the least that I feel. And, ow! and so, having tried to balance it before, and it fell, and having tried to balance it here again and have it hit me in the face, it wasn't recording. Yeah, I've MacGyvered it. It works. It's comfortable, and it's quite modest as well. It's like, I could be wearing jeans for all you know. So yeah. To those of my friends who think Steve's lost the plot, he's attacking Labour more than the Tories. I'm not claiming to have any plot. Let's get that straight. There's no fucking organisation to Steve. But, and this is the big but, you always hold those closest to you to higher standards. And frankly, National Labour, there are elements currently predominantly in control of the Labour Party who, let's get this right, who are working contrary to socialist values and contrary to the will of the majority of the membership. And then locally, it's a fucking mess. When you get in a it's a mess. Yeah. And so, yeah, I am going to be fiercer when I deal with shithousery in the Labour Party when I deal with shithousery in the Tory Party, because Labour's family, Labour's your village. It's not some town on the other side of the world. So yeah, even if I'm kicked out for being honest about the country of certain members in the party, you're still family, and so you're still going to be getting the lion's share of my attention until we've built a better family to get as to where we need to be. And that's what I think the Isle of Wight and everyone deserves, is actually, personally, I would have gone with revamping the Labour Party and introduce democracy to it, full electronic participation in meetings, 100%, of your CLP gets to vote on what we send to conference and national and regional. Yeah, we need to just get it built We need to build the systems that allow that to happen. So yeah, we can't trust who's in control of the Labour Party to actually give us democracy, because they're contrary to that. They don't want us to have a say. They don't want us to be told. And that is echoed within Island Labour. If any of you want to know, all of it's documented. But yeah, basically, where these people get off treating you like children while simultaneously being shitty adults, or role-playing shitty adults, lying to a meeting full of people, lying. The chair, Julian Critchley, lied. We asked him how many delegates we could send to conference. He said he quoted the rules, and if you quote a rule in answer to a question, and you miss off the last line of that rule, and you change the meaning of the rule by missing off that line, then you are misleading a meeting. You are telling a lie. So he lied to, what, 50, 60 members. And when I challenged him about it, because members had come to me and said, look, we're worried about this, we think we're being lied to. When I challenged it online, the lie was repeated. And it was only when I pointed out the extra text that they then turned around and said, well, actually, we thought that you weren't grown up enough as members to make these decisions. So we saw that the purse was tight, and we made a financial decision. So you made a financial decision and then chose to fabricate other reasons to placate us. I'm sorry. And when you write an email to Legal and Governance and say, my exec officers are lying to the members, and they write back and say, well, it's not comradely, but no particular rule has been broken. I'm sorry, if there isn't a rule in the Labour Party to say don't fucking lie, the Labour Party's shit. So yeah. So yeah, Julian Critchley, our chair. Do you know, it's my fault he's fucking chair. Yeah, it was my vote. Oh God, can't believe I voted for him. And I voted for him because I believe people have a right to learn and change. Yeah, and I stood up in my little branch meeting in Ventnor and I said, and all the women went, you're a fucking twat, Steve. He's a cunt. We don't like him. He's sexist. He bullies us. You're a cunt for giving him a chance. And then I went into the meeting and I voted. And within 10 minutes, he said, right, can the executive officers, this lady and this lady, come up to the front and make it look pretty? And it's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Change and learn. Change and learn does not mean repeat and fucking piss off. And then he had the cheek to get pissy with me because I asked his wife to check his sexism before she went criticising Bob Seely's. Yes, Bob Seely's a twat. Bob Seely had written a piece, or said something in Parliament, and he'd said, oh, they're divas, yeah. And this was the bit that Julian's wife had picked up on and said, oh, it's misogynistic. Well, I'm not being funny. The rest of the content of what Bob said was a lot worse than the little sexist element of using the word diva, which I wouldn't even say is a sexist thing anyway, because I would say divas come from sort of like from the like, what do you call them, drag queen. That's what I would associate a diva with, or basically a bloke. I wouldn't. I don't think I've ever called a woman a diva. Or you being a diva, no. Blokes are being divas, maybe. I don't know. I need to think about that word. But anyway, the point is, how can you complain about someone just saying a word when they're actually chatting about, people should be brave, and they should accept death threats. It's perfectly fine to have people shooting pictures of you with military defense equipment, and all that bullshit. And so yeah, I didn't have to get in trouble for that. But the thing is, I got banned for 3 months from the group for that. And basically, Julian, the way Robert described it to me is Julian bullied him into banning me because he was red-faced and angry like a rugby player, and Robert's kind of like this frail old man, and that's how it came across to me in the emails. Oh, I have to ban you, Stephen, because Julian's a twat, and he's like one of these alpha male fucking rhinoceros men who fucking goes red and gets angry. So fucking what? It's okay for Robert Jones to send an email, not an email, a written, handwritten, fucking in fancy little fucking calligraphic writing, which caused 3 days of fucking screaming in this house. It's okay for Robert Jones to do that. It's okay for Julian to... The double standards are fucking incredible. Anyway, I like a good moan. And so yeah, well, I'm truly pissed right off with him. Anyway, that'll do for now. And somehow the stop button moved.